Hey, glad you found the video. I'm glad you are here because I'm going to be talking directly to fitness instructors, trainers, gym owners, anybody who considers them a fitness professional. I want to share with you how you can take certain actions, and I've got them all written down right here on my big red page of what you can do online that's going to be able to start to bring in more income. So I've got many steps of different things that you can do online, and I'll tell you exactly how to do it. I'll share with you how I've done it, of course, but you can start to create more income online. And of course, as fitness professionals, I mean, if you are already a fitness professional, I know you can raise your hand when I ask you, are you making enough money that pays your mortgage and has you living the high life teaching group fitness or personal training? It's pretty rare. And I'll give you a little bit of a snapshot about myself and my journey and kind of why I have a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of credibility, if you will, in the fitness industry so that it kind of all makes sense. But I want to, of course, share with you steps of what you can easily do to even get the ball rolling. And it's not going to require a lot more of your time. You could honestly do this on your phone in between clients. I used to help teach my personal trainer. I used to have a personal trainer at one of the gyms, and I used to teach him while he was training me things that he could be doing in between clients to start to grow a lot more of his client base and also to offer group training. Because again, I've been in the industry for so long and I've done pretty much every role there is except for being a group fitness manager. I did not want to do that, as well as a health club owner. Did not want to do that. I actually did want to do that, but I didn't want to anymore. So I'm going to share with you all lessons learned from my associates. I've got a lot of famous people in the fitness industry that are close friends of mine, as well as acquaintances of mine that I can share their stories and how they did it too. But I want to, of course, give you steps on what you could do now, get the ball rolling, just get the juices flowing. And I want to, of course, invite you to please ask me questions in the comments. If you do follow me, or if you're just finding me, you'll learn quickly that I am an open book. I'm very honest. I see no reason in trying to paint this fictitious picture for someone. I will tell you all my answers. I have been very successful in my fitness professional career and journey, and I share the steps of exactly what I've done to those who want it. And I see no reason why not, because I'm not threatened. I used to be that girl that used to protect my success because I didn't want somebody else to be able to have success and supersede me. But later did I learn, especially through personal growth and development, that when you go out and really try to help other people become successful, you naturally do. And that, of course, it did happen. I want to start to give you a structure to this. I'm going to first start with some facts. So I don't know how long of a veteran you are in the fitness industry, but I'm going to give you the stats from December of 2015. So these stats are current because I want you to know the stats of the health and fitness industry. First of all, especially if you're a fitness professional, you should keep your eye on that. I'm going to also talk about trends and really give you a gauge into that. I will talk to you about some misconceptions, some risks that you have in the position that you are as a fitness professional, of course. And of course, I'm going to talk about myself and give you some background about me, which I can start with to make sure that you guys have an understanding and you want to stay tuned because you know I might have some juicy information to share with you from my years of running around the fitness world. And then I've got all this here that I'm going to totally share with you guys on what you can do on your social platforms. I got step by step of what you can do to really start to create some income around fitness. And of course, if you do follow me, I'm going to also offer you the opportunity to personally work with me. Of course, I'm doing that. And if you are new and jumping on this and you don't know who I am, my name is Christine, and I've been a fitness professional now for 25 years. So I started my first year of college, 1991. So to give you a quick snapshot, I never took group fitness ever. But I was a severe yo-yo closet dieter, one of those that would plump up. I lived in New York, plump up in the winter, and then I would like anorexia, any fiber pill abuse, any hydroxy cut consumption I could take to desperately lose the weight for spring break. I don't know if you know me, but that was my life. over and over and over and over again. But I started teaching group fitness because when I was working in the activities building for the medical college I was going to at Syracuse, New York, they said, well, we want to start teaching group fitness. We'll pay for you to go. Will you go? I'm like, okay, I have no idea what this is. And I went to my very first certification, 1991. It was a NADITA certification for STEP. And I had to take a primary as well. And there was one girl that took my class 2 times a week, and I wrote all my choreography on a piece of paper, put it right by my feet, and I looked down the entire time, and I would do step aerobics that way. I would study every video from Kathy Friedrich, Kathy Smith, everybody I could to try to figure out how to teach group fitness because I'd never knew. So that was way back in 91, and I got a little bit better. But I went off to teach, of course, in Gold's Gym and, kind of develop my fitness career in the gyms. And I got personal training certified later. But the thing is this. If you're a fitness instructor, you already know you're limited. You're limited pretty much to the 4 walls of wherever you're teaching, as well as you're limited here too, like a ceiling of how big and bad and how much money you can make and how much more can you give of yourself and still not be making anything for it. As an instructor, fitness professional, personal trainer, you know the reason why you chose that profession is because you truly care about people and you want to help people as much as possible. So we know that's the truth. You are very giving, you're service oriented, and you really, of course, love fitness in some degree, and you really like to help people change their day and their life. So that is just the cornerstone of being a fitness professional. We all know that. So not until 1998 is when I met online my fitness mentor, and I didn't know it, but I met her in a message board, and she was looking for people to be presenters for her. And I applied, and I then declined because I couldn't match up flying out to California to get trained alongside with my medical job. I was in digital x-ray. And so I declined, and then I reapplied again the next year, and I then went out. And my mentor, and I actually hated her format. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was stupid. And I told my classes when I started to teach it, I'm like, if you guys don't like this, I'll go back to what I was doing. And that, of course, was in 1999 to 2000. And that was working with Chalene Johnson. So for those of you who do or don't know Chalene, she is a fitness celebrity trainer, as well as she is a life coach and business mentor. She's got many programs out there for fitness, but also a business whiz expert. And so she's my mentor starting way back in 2000, and I was working for her company as a master trainer presenter is what we called them. So life and this may not be you guys, but I'm just going to share with you something that rolls around in many fitness instructors' heads. So to tell you why I know this is true is because I've certified the most amount of people ever for the company Powder Blue Productions. I hold the record. I hold the record for sales and for certifying the most amount of people, thousands of people in multiple formats in the course of the time of me being a presenter with them. And in the course of all that time, I've come across a lot of different personalities and a lot of people who have many intentions. And a lot of fitness professionals want something more. They either want their own workout line. They either want to move off into professional figure, fitness, bodybuilding, IFBB, stuff like that. They want to present at the fitness conferences. They want to be their own dog and pony workshop weekend roadshow certification company. They want to work as top reps for health and fitness companies. That has been a lot of the desire of many fitness professionals. And I'm not making that up, but here's the truth. Here's the truth of a fitness professional. It is so stinking rare to be discovered. So can you be? Yeah, of course, it does happen. But I even get messages. I just got one the other day, someone trying to pitch me their awesome workout so that I could go and pitch it to the company that I work as a coach for. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. I'm just a coach. I don't run the company and I don't pick the workouts that they're going to choose. Here's the thing. If you ever want, I'm going to give you the big secret right here. If you ever want to be discovered, you have to have like a boatload of testimony. You can't be the same as the next guy. You have to be unique. You have to be humble. You have to be very personable. And you have to be really willing to go above and beyond. But the biggest thing is, who cares that you think your workout's great? Who cares that you have a class full of 100 people in your small pond? Because when you get out of your pond, hello, it's scary out there. So The thing is that if you ever want to be discovered, you have to have backing. You have to have years of before and after testimonies. Proof. Just proof it up, okay? That's the biggest tip. And then make sure you just go to the company. Don't go to anybody else that you can just Google and find them. Make sure you go to the source in the company. So the rest of my career is I have presented at major fitness conferences like CanFit Pro. I've been a presenter over there in Toronto, as well as DCAC down in Houston. I've done that. 24-Hour Fitness. I've done that. Evolution. I used to present for Evolution out in Boston, Massachusetts. And we would present her format. So this, of course, was her formats for Turbo Kick and Pyo. So I've done that. I still film the workout videos. So I film the professional workout videos. I've done all the paths that majority of the fitness people want to move into. And doing so many trainings, I'm going to share with you a little secret about being a presenter. Guess what? You think it's awesome when you're like looking at the person doing your training and you're like, I'm going to do that. That's so awesome. Or this is the other way the person looks at him. Oh, let me get my notes. Not that. This is the other face, just so you know. I totally could do that. Like, they suck. They don't even know organization. Their form is horrible. I am so much better than them. I just suck. Like, that's honestly it. So true. So you got that type of personality, but here's the thing. As a presenter, you don't make much money at all. You work your ass off. Period. I'm not lying. If you want to deprioritize anything else in your life for yourself, go try to be a master trainer or presenter, either doing your own thing or repping a company. You are going to make that your center focus. And if that is your center focus, then go for it. But guess what? You're not going to make money off of it. You're not going to be discovered. So don't think about it that way. You only want to do that if that's something that's deep in your belly. But I'm just going to be real and honest with you. And that's why I no longer present. So I have resigned, and nobody really knows. I didn't put a formal announcement out there, but I resigned actually a year ago, February of 2015. I resigned from being a presenter for Beachbody. So Chalene Johnson sold her company, Powder Blue Productions, to Beachbody in 2012. And in the course of it all, I was a presenter there for 15 years. And, I've done my time, and it's not the same anymore. It's a different company. It's not the culture of what we initially built with my sisters and brothers. Many of you guys may know them: Mindy Lawhorn, Angie Green, Meredith Campbell, Mike Sari. These guys are my sisters, my brothers, and it's just different. It's different now. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I've done what I wanted to do. And that's why now I look at impact. I look at impact and how can you impact other people's lives. So let me give you some stats, okay? Here's the stats about the fitness industry. And this, of course, is current. It's December 2015, the current stats. Okay, so to give you some stats, the average gym membership holder attends the gym 2 times a week. The average gym membership holder will attend the gym 2 times a week. Here's the thing. Here's the average monthly cost for a gym membership is $58. And that's, of course, across the U.S. So I'm only talking about the U.S. Alrighty? Here's the other thing. Out of everybody who holds a gym membership, and I'll tell you the stats on that, only 17% use it. So out of everyone who has purchased a health club membership, only 17% walk through that door. Listen here, for those of you who are group instructors. I'm gonna blow your mind. So now, out of that 17%, looking that as the whole of everybody there, only 12 to 15% of them actually take a group fitness class. So 83% of people hold a gym membership but aren't using it. So if you're trying to impact people's lives through fitness, which we already identified, that's what you want to do, because why are you in fitness otherwise? You're not going to work your ass off to try to make money in fitness if you don't like it, because you're not going to make money. You're going to go buy more Nikes. That's what you're going to do. You're going to buy more music. So 17%. That's insane. Okay? So now, preach the truth. It's the truth. I'm not lying. This is stats. Okay, so only 12 to 15% of the people that actually walk through the door take a group fitness class. And you know your front row divas and divos. You know. That's the thing. I'm going to share with you some other things you got to consider. All right. Here's the other thing. out of the US, in the US, there are a total of 30,500 health clubs. So out of all of the US, there's 30,500 health clubs. For personal trainers, you want to know how many personal trainers there are? Over 273,000. A little bit of competition, eh? Would you say? I definitely would think so. Okay, so let me go and talk about the trends. You want to know what the trends are? It's not just identified by me, it's also identified by IDEA. So if you follow IDEA, they have put this out in their recent publication about the trends of the fitness industry. So again, I'm not making this stuff up. I told you, I'm honest. I will tell you. Okay, so here's the thing. The trends. Group personal training or training. So small group personal training as well as small group specialized classes. That's a trend. So that would relate into unique equipment. So for instance, you might be having like a TRX small group class or a bar small group class, because that's the trend, is small group collective, not really independent personal training. And then the other side is the trend is pre-formatted trademark classes, is that the trend is moving away from freestyle. I know you're like, what's freestyle? I have no idea what freestyle is. I'm so young. I'm only 20 years old. I don't know what you mean by freestyle. Let me tell you. I'm old. Okay, so I've been teaching now for 25 years, group fitness, and that's why my voice sounds like this. Yes. So I get a lot of people, nasty people on Facebook and YouTube, mostly YouTube, who say that I'm shooting up and to lay off the drugs and stuff. It's like, get over it. Come on now. This is vocal abuse, doofus. And that's what I said to him. I called him a doofus. I don't care. Because you are a doofus. If you want to go on and criticize people for stuff you don't even know about them, then you're a doofus. That's all I think. Well, pre-formatted class. What that means is that freestyle is back in the day when we used to audio cassette tape Friday night dance tracks to make our music for our classes. That's what we used to do. Is you would make up your own stuff. You would get your own music and you would make up your own choreography and you teach your own. That's what freestyle is. And there's positive to it because there's a creative sense. So when I first got involved with Turbo Kick, you know why I didn't like it? Because I didn't want to be a Stepford wife. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be a robot teaching something that I couldn't connect with. When I finally decided that I was going to move forward with her company, I realized, oh, this takes so much stress off of my mind to teach a format. So a format is basically just a template, depending on which company you're going with. But they give you the music and they give you choreography to follow. But your interpretation and your breakdown and your delivery and your personality and you is the difference. And I didn't get that initially until I started teaching. I was like, oh gosh, I'm the doofus now. Because really, I thought that it was about being a robot, and that's not what it was at all. So people are finally seeing that, and people are creating pre-formatted classes. So obviously, if you know, of course, that I'm a Beachbody coach, the thing is that those formats, so P90X and Turbo Kick and PYO and Size, Insanity, all of those formats, not Size and Insanity, Insanity was, but Insanity, P90X, and even Turbo was getting ripped off because of the consumer videos that were out, because there was no certification for it. And so people were just making up their own stuff and teaching it and calling it those names, which was illegal, by the way. And so that's why Beachbody decided they wanted to make certification programs out of their programs, because people want them. They want them live and they want them at home too. Let's give them both option. That's the way you got to think about it. And then the next trend is that the economy has improved. So the economy has improved, so people are spending. So you think that people aren't spending money? Oh no, they are. They're very very spendy. They will buy multiple nutritional products. They will buy group training. They will buy products. They're spending a lot more of their money, because it doesn't matter what happens to the economy, because health and fitness is never going to go out of style. That's always the safest business to be a part of, because everybody wants to look younger. Everybody wants to feel better. Everybody wants to look more amazing, no matter how old you get. So that business never goes out of style. It can't get saturated, because that is a $1 billion industry. The weight loss business is a $1 billion industry. And it's because the government is trying to make it a $1 billion industry. Yeah. That's why your food is full of crap. That's why we have all those commercials and we're being brainwashed and sugar is put into everything. It's because the government is really pushing for us to get unhealthy. Because guess what? Then they make more money. Yay! Let's get more medication. Let's get more people on Medicaid and Medicare. Like that's what they want to do. So now you're a fitness instructor and you want to make more money because you're tired of putting your spandex on at 5 a.m, trekking out to the gym to go train your personal training client, to get there, to find a text message from them saying, sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it today. You're tired of that. You're tired of going in and teaching your classes with that constant hanging over your head of how many people are attending your classes. And you get panicked because once the number starts to go down, you're panicked because you're going to lose your time slot. Or even when you're trying to teach and you're coming into work in a location where you have to start at the crappiest of crappy time slots and you don't even get to teach the good classes. You have to teach at crappy time slots that are so inconvenient. And you keep giving of yourself. You keep buying great music. You keep buying great outfits trying to get people to come in. And you're constantly trying to get the best time slots. You're trying to not get your classes canceled, but then your classes get canceled because the gym wants to bring in a trademark format that they're going to adopt amongst all of the gyms. Because guess what? That happened to me. Yes, it doesn't matter your credibility. Here I am, a group fitness instructor for 23 years. I've been a professional. I'm the one who films the videos for them, and 24 Hour Fitness terminated me. I didn't do anything wrong, but they terminated me because they terminated my classes so that they could put their own trademark classes on and because they needed the time slot. So I got terminated because they needed to put their time slots on. That's the thing. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't. You still always are at the bottom of the ladder. So if you're trying to constantly give of yourself and personal training, begging for referrals, you know, when your personal training client is coming up to the end of their sessions and then you trying to get them to renew or buy another 8-pack or whatever it is, and they decide, oh no, this is a hard time of year, I can't. And you're asking them for referrals, like you're desperate. And you constantly have to go in on weekends. You're constantly there all morning and all night. And it's just, you're always there. And it's like rolling your eyes because you're in competition with other people. You know what? That's the life of a personal trainer, and that's the life of a fitness instructor. Now, I used to be a personal trainer. I used to do in-home personal trainer. Talk about poke your eyes out. I'm sorry, some of you might love it, but I didn't. Because you trek to someone's house with all your dang equipment, and you train them for the hour, and then you give them their assignment of what they're going to do for the 6 days that you're not training with them. You go away, you come back again, and guess what? Did they do it? No. Oh yeah, my eating was horrible. I didn't do any of those workouts. That's the case. So you keep feeling like a failure. You keep trying harder to make them have success. But guess what? Their lack of success, their body is an example of your work. So because people aren't doing what you want them to do, you're in this constant feverish cycle of panic because that person over there is talking to someone else in the gym saying you train them. And that person's asking them, well, how much weight have you lost? And they're saying, well, you know, I haven't really lost very much. How long have you been training with them? Well, we've been working for about 3 months now. There goes your reputation. Because people's bodies are your reputation. That's the life of a fitness instructor and personal trainer. Just going through that. Here's the thing. Let me give you the mentality, and I'm going to then share with you your steps. The mentality of someone who wants to change, who wants to get fit, who's not, who either has never stepped foot into a gym, who has gotten so out of shape, or just doesn't know what to do. Here's the thing. I'm that person. And I know you're probably looking at me like I'm cuckoo, but I'm that person. Because here's the truth. I'm a fitness professional. Unfortunately, I have a microscope on me. So because I put myself up in the front of the class with a microphone and I'm telling everybody, look at me, look at me, look at me, that's my choice. But because being a fitness professional, you have a microscope constantly on you. And for those of you who are all fitness professionals, you know that you're constantly getting made fun of for bringing your food with you. Or when you do choose to eat something bad, you're like, oh, you're going to eat that? Like people ride you hard on that because you're under a microscope. So I'm that person that when I get juicy, and that's what we call it, when I get juicy, because I'm juicy right now, I let myself be lax from Thanksgiving through December. And I hate it. I hate putting my gym clothes on and going to the gym and putting myself in front of people. I actually don't want to work out. I don't want to work out when I'm juicy because I hate the way I look. I hate the way everything hurts. And I hate the way how hard it is. And I just want to be skinny again or fit again. So that's me. I don't want to show face at the gym. So when I'm out of shape, I don't want to go in the gym because I don't want other people to look at me and judge me. So I'm a fitness professional. That's my job to be in there. That's the mentality. Someone who is out of shape doesn't want to go because they're embarrassed. They envision ripped bodies of perfection. That's the first thing that they are envisioning. Here's the other big reason. Because they may have obligations. They can't get to the gym. They've got weird hours for work. They've got to work around their spouse's schedule. They may have kids. That it's really hard just to get to the gym. And tell them to get up earlier. Well, good luck. Because you can't make someone be a morning workout person if that's not part of their themselves. I don't want to work out in the morning. I only teach on Tuesday mornings at 8:30. But all the rest, I work out around 2. That's my time. I like to work out at 2. So you can't make someone tell them to get up earlier. You just have to be real with them and set them up for success. Because if you told me that I have to get up every day to work out at 5 in the morning and I start doing it, I'm going to hate it and I'm going to stop it. That's not lifestyle. That's forcing me to try to do something I don't want to do. So here's the other thing. Some people just physically have a hard time getting there. And then I've been in this position twice. I've had 2 kids, both by C-section. And I'm a rule follower that I waited 8 weeks before I started working out again. So now I have a newborn. My baby's 8 weeks old. Can I bring the baby to the kids club? No, you can't. So other people can't go to the gym because they may have babies. Have you seen this one? Have you ever made fun of someone doing something really wrong and funny with their workout? Tell me. Come on, guys, tell me. You may even videotaped it, didn't you? You did. You were videotaping that person doing that weird exercise with the dumbbells, weren't you? The thing is a lot of people go in, they have no clue what to do. And they start looking around and they start trying to follow that. Because my husband came home from the gym the other day, Monday, and he said that it was unreal because there was like 5 different people using the lat pull-down machine, all doing it exactly the same, exactly wrong. They all don't know each other, but he said there was like 5 people in a row that did it, and they were all like bringing it down in front of them. And he was like, it's New Year's resolutions, of course, but a lot of people don't know what to do. So why do you think that may have happened? Because the person that was about to jump on it was probably watching the person to seeing how they used it and then started to follow suit. So people are learning by watching, and they may not really understand the idiosyncrasies of alignment or execution or what even muscle they're using. My front desk makes fun of weird exercises all the time. You know, Kim, that's the truth. And that's why people don't want to go in the gym. So here we are. I just painted this whole picture for y'all. I gave you the stats. I told you the trends. I told you the risks of being a fitness professional. And I told you what the general population is thinking and having a difficult time with. So knowing all of that and thinking that your way is the right way, you are being asinine. Like, you're just being foolish. Why are you thinking that being a fitness professional by the olden days ways is the only right way? Wise up. Things change. Technology. This is what's happening. People are learning how to work out from Joe Schmoes putting anything up on the internet that they want. So that's what's happening. Whether it's good or bad, you agree or you don't, it's happening. If someone's going to give away a free workout to someone, someone's going to take it, no matter if the person has never even worked out a day in their life themselves. So if you're fighting technology, if you're fighting and thinking that only go to the gym to get a real workout, you don't do videos to get a real workout. Because I was that person. I would never trust a video to be my workout. No way. Only real people, like fitness people worked out in the gym. Like, that was my mindset. Here's the thing. That's not the way of the world. And if you want to stay way back in the 90s, then freaking go get your biker shorts and your thongs and put them back on. Because that's exactly where you are. And you don't look credible. You look ignorant. You're ignorant. And here's the biggest thing. You said you wanted to help people. You said you really wanted to help change people's lives in fitness. And you would do it whether you got paid for it or not. Really? Is that the truth? Because what you're doing is you're limiting yourself to the four walls that you teach in, or the building that you go in, but even limiting more of yourself to the people who actually walk in to your class. So if you think in your belly that you really want to inspire one person to change their life, and you want to find a way to be able to do it, then why do you think that training only in the gym and only teaching group fitness classes is the way to do it, and that you would never find a different way to be able to make income doing it? Because if you are, good luck to you. Keep working yourself to the bone. Keep wrecking your feet. Keep getting fascia tendonitis. Right? What's it called? Forgot. I never got it, thankfully. Keep doing it. Keep burning yourself out, because that's what you're going to do. The world is changing. Trend is changing. Technology. That's all I got to say to you. Technology. That's the critical thing. You got to find a way to make yourself be more available without giving more of your time. Because if you're sick and tired of giving so much of yourself and not getting much in return and not being able to pay the mortgage and looking at your checkbook before you go buy a new pair of sneakers, then you are doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. So what has happened to me? I'll tell you in a nutshell. You know, I've been a presenter. So I have been that famous presenter. I work right alongside with Chalene Johnson. I presented at fitness conferences. I filmed the workout videos. All of that has never paid the bills. Never. It was only because I loved it. I was only making $30,000 working for Chalene Johnson's company as her national promotions director. That's it. But I loved doing it. Loved it. Yes, plantar fasciitis. Thank you so much. You guys are good. So I loved doing it. But I was only making $30,000 a year. It was okay because I got married and my husband was making $100,000 a year as information technology. So we were okay. We were average Rochester, New York, liver, 2,000 square foot house. We were good. That was fine. We weren't in debt. We were good. But here's the thing. Not until I decided to actually look at something that I thought was stupid again is when I changed my life. Changed not my life, everybody's life around me. My husband, my kids, and the people who work with me, my best, closest friends, my sisters. I even have the ability to help my father. It's my way to be able to pay people back and to be able to help people who see no option. So that's what I've done. And that was in 2008. And in under 3 years, it was about 2.5 years, is when I became a millionaire. So now I'm 7.5 years in doing my own thing, my business, not a Beachbody coach. My business, working as a rep, a Beachbody coach with Team Beachbody, representing and using their model. That's when I became a multi-millionaire. And that's the only way. So I could, of course, tell you the story about it, but I want to, of course, share with you what you could do, okay? So I want to give you some steps of what you can do, and I've got a bunch on here, and I'm going to interject and show you some different things on my computer. It's not just good for you. As I said, I got a lot of people who have had a lot of success, but I want to be able to help you because, again, if you are just really trying to find a way of how can you just put yourself out there and start to make, an impact with people's lives, I'm going to give you some steps of how you can start doing it. Not that Beachbody Coach was the pivotal moment. It was the action I took that allowed me to be able to create a multi-million-dollar business where my husband quit his job. So I got to tell you, okay? So when I decided, and again, I'm not talking about coaching right now, I will later, but when I decided to sign up to be a coach, I told my husband, I said, this was 2008. I go, I looked at this a year ago and I vowed never, ever, ever to do a home business because I didn't want to be that person that hey, I'm having a purse party. Come on over for my sell your gold party. I never wanted to do that, ever. Or my two sisters had buckets and closets full of Mary Kay, and they were constantly like giving away and losing so much money. I was like, I never want to do a home business, ever. And so when someone told me about this, I said, no, that's dumb, because then why would people want to come to the gym and take my class? Well, first of all, I'm not replaceable. I'm sorry. People will come and still take live classes. I do, and I also work out at home. So that's the facts, because I don't always want to go to the gym because that takes me getting ready. 2008, I looked at it again after a year later, and this is when my mentor said, you guys should check this out. And then I said, all right, let me look at this. And I flew out to California to the headquarters to look at this. And that, of course, is then when I said, oh my gosh, this is insane. We are on the cusp of something crazy. And I, in the airport, on the way home, called all my sisters and I told them, I am signing you up and I'm going to get you set up. You're doing this because this is a way for me to help you. Because I can't certify them to be instructors and then to become millionaires. That can't happen. So I signed up everybody I knew, my family member. We don't have a family member left. That's what I did. And so when I told my husband I was doing this is what he said. I don't care what you do. You do it, but I want no part. I want no part of this. I just want to go to work. I want to come home, work out, eat. And then at that time we just had our son. I was pregnant. I was 5 months pregnant with my daughter when I started. And he goes, I just want to play with my son, watch TV and go to bed. I want nothing to do with it. I said, okay. And so I just did it because he looked at it as, oh, here's Christine just adding another fitness thing on her plate and giving so much of herself and getting screwed over, because he always thought I got screwed over, which I didn't, but he always thought I did. So that's what he thought. So I just, made money and started building this thing. And I achieved awards. I mean, I achieved the top in the company. I was the first person in the company to achieve 15-star diamond. Never been done before, only by fraud, and that's why it was removed by them. I was the first person to legit do it. And then it was like, oh, good for you. Nice you got an award. That's what he thought, because it was no big deal. I've won awards before in fitness. It's no big deal. And we had separate bank accounts. We had one that paid the bills and separate bank accounts. 2.5 years later, I gave him a check to deposit in my account, and he got the ATM receipt. You probably could finish the story. Because I was a money hoarder. I grew up poor. Nothing. Like, I would sell toilet paper rings with yarn on them to the neighborhood to try to make money. That's what I used to do when I was a kid. We'd get our school clothes from the church donation because we had no money. So when I got money as an adult, I was hoarding it because financial investments was like, bleh, to me. I was like, I don't even want to think that way. I don't think that way. So when he saw the balance, he was like, what the F is going on? He had no idea. I was like, I told you, this is what I was doing. My little fitness thing. And so then that's where he positioned himself to quit his job. And that was 2011. So he's, of course, works with me doing this. We have our own conference we put on. And we live here in Texas now. We got a Mac Daddy huge house, which is not, of course, the reason, but it's just you can now in Texas. The taxes you pay in New York goes towards a house and land in Texas. But that's what can happen. And it's not because I am a Beachbody coach. It's because of how I build the systems and I work with people. And that's what I can share with you. I'm going to share with you some of the steps of what I do. And this is why later, as we talk about coaching, you don't need to think of it as, oh, if you're a Beachbody coach, you're a salesperson. You're pushing product on people. Because if you are, you're doing it wrong. Okay? I don't. I've never sold anyone anything, but I've always sold a lot of it. So it's how you work with people. And I'm honest, I'm never going to sell someone something I don't think that they should have. I hate it when people come to me and go, I want to buy P90X from you. Why? Because you just saw the infomercial? Is that really the right workout for you? I don't want to take your money for something that you're just going to not do, because I won't. That's a bad reflection on me. So I have created a business around what I want to be known for, what my talents are, what my past work experience has taught me. Let me give you some things of what you can do to start putting yourself out there and to start to build more fitness and business online. Now, if you are not affiliated with any company, so for instance, if you don't rep any company, and yeah, there are other network marketing companies out there that are in fitness. I personally connect with Beachbody system, and it's because it is a system. It's not a Band-Aid. If you want to drink a drink for a short period of time to lose the weight, then go for it, but it's just going to be like Slim Fast, and you're not going to be on it for a life. If you want to put on some magical stuff on your body to suck the fat out of you, well, that's not going to be a lifetime. We know what lifetime stuff is. And that's why Beachbody system makes sense to me, because I'm a pusher of exercise and eating healthfully, having support and accountability, and having a system, something to follow. Because if you don't have a system, then you're just like a fly caught in a lampshade. You're all over the place. You know, like that? A lampshade, like, all over the place. If you are not connected to a company where if you start to build a following for you and you don't have anything to offer them, then you're not going to make any money. I'm just going to tell you, okay? So if you do what I tell you and you don't have a solution to help someone with further, be it your own workout line or your own training suite portal or your own meal planning system, it's whatever. If you don't have any of that, then you're not going to make any money. So you do need to have something to offer people if you plan to do what I'm sharing with you, okay? So you either have to be connected to a sugar daddy, and for me, that's Beachbody. So Beachbody is my sugar daddy. They hold all the products. They do all the messy work with the customers and the shipping and the whole logistics of business and building models and websites and stuff my brain doesn't like. And I just do the fun part. I just get to talk to a lot of people and help them reach their goals in business and in fitness. Oh, does that work for you? Then this might help for you. That's all I do. And I help them have success. And they're just my sugar daddy. So if you don't have a sugar daddy, you might want to consider one, because it makes it a lot easier to build $1 million business. A lot easier. But if you want to have your own product, then you better have a business plan for that and really think it through, because there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of competition out there, okay? And one of them, let me show you one of them. Let me show you. Now, this is crazy. The reason why being a coach has opened up a lot of opportunity is you start to become connected and friends with people you never thought possible, that you always admired from afar, that you learned from. They were your mentor. And before you know it now, you're hanging out with them and you're friends and you're learning from each other. And this girl, I'm going to show you who it is. She's got the fitness industry, make your own thing wrapped up. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? Do you see who that is? That's Natalie Jill Fitness. The reason I bring her up is because if she does all this stuff that I'm going to share with you, but she has something to offer. So if you don't have something to offer, you better get a business plan together and a lot of money to put it up front. Because making your own video line, it better be pretty professional, because look who you're competing with. Guess who else you're competing with? I'm going to share with you. I don't know her. I just know her, okay? She's famous on YouTube. Guess, who am I bringing up? Cassie Ho. Cassie Ho. Super famous. Built her business on YouTube. And now Emily Skye is super famous too, but she's from Australia, right? And that's kind of the negative, is because she's Australia, and majority of the people that you may be communicating with is in US and Canada. So Cassie Ho, Pop Sugar, Body Rock, you've got a lot of competition out there. So if you want to go make your own thing, go do it. If it's on your bucket list, totally. But just be prepared. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of money to do it. And you really have to do a lot to be able to make that happen. So if you don't want to align yourself up with a sugar daddy or a network marketing company of sorts, then you got to take this direction. Because if you do all of this, you're wasting your time. You're just getting popular. Okay? Who cares? No, not Autumn Calabrese, because Autumn Calabrese is a Beachbody trainer. So she's only become famous because of being Beachbody. So these people are independent on themselves. They aren't part of a company promoting them and paying $500 million a year to run infomercials for them. They're not. These guys are doing it themselves. That's what I'm pointing out here, okay? So here's what you got to do. If you want to start to really build your fitness following and to make money, those things that I just said have to happen. But here's what you'll do. First thing, share your knowledge. As a fitness professional, you got some smarts up on there. You've taken those tests. You know, the test that you are scared that if you let your certification lapse, you might have to take that test again. I'm only speaking out of a personal experience. I don't want to take that ACE personal trainer test again. That was hard. And I'd have to study again, and I don't want to do that. You can share your knowledge. Here's what you can share. And you can do it in multiple different ways. So of course you can build a blog about it, but I'm just talking about predominantly as I go through some of this stuff, using social platforms like Facebook and like Instagram and Periscope, and where else? YouTube, okay? So social platforms, Pinterest, think about it there. But you've got a lot of knowledge as a fitness professional. It's all being locked up in here, and the only people that get to hear your witty humor is the people who take your class. So you are omitting the people from having the experience of you because you're not putting yourself out there like this. It has to have structure though. And I'm all about structure and systems, and I hand over to you all of my secrets of success. Why not? That's what I do. So if you do work with me as a coach, then of course, why would I not give you everything I've ever done to become successful? Because I want you to be successful, okay? But here you go. What you could put out is maybe some form and technique videos. Because if you cringe seeing people do certain exercises wrong or stretches, blah, 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 wrong, maybe put some video training tips out there. So this is type of content that you're going to put up. So videos are king. I totally suggest that you do videos, and pictures are secondary, okay? But maybe do that. Put some form and technique training or how-tos. So create a how-to meal prep for the week so you have a good week for your meals. How to make a shake. Do you know how many people don't know how to effectively make a healthy protein shake? My dad, when I sent him the powder of Shakeology, thought it was hot cocoa. And he just put it in a hot cup with hot water and a spoon. People don't know. Some people drink it with like warm car water. You know, like some people don't know. So you might want to make how-to videos. How to cook a meal that's under 400 calories. How to put together a stretching program. You've got knowledge. These are some things that you can put up. Tips. So you can always offer tips, finding any tips to make people's life easier. And how do you know what to put up? Just start writing down all the questions that people always ask you. And yeah, I know you're going to cringe when you say, but they always ask me about how do I lose the saddlebags? How do I lose the muffin top? How do I lose the belly pooch? Because I know someone on here asked, how do you lose the belly pooch? That's the question people are asking. And as much as we do this, we know that's impossible, that you can't spot reduce, that you have to do everything all together. And it does take time and consistency and hard work and willpower and commitment. But that's what they're searching for. So no matter that you told them the real answer, they don't believe you. They're still going to go search YouTube for how do I get rid of the lower belly pooch? They will. And so if you're putting up content out there, marketing it, you can title your video. I've done that. I put a video up there saying something about the love muffin or the muffin handles or whatever they are. I put that up. That was the title of my video. So people are going to watch that because everyone's got this thing thinking that there is something secret that those fitness professionals are just not sharing. They really don't want to tell us because they want to keep making money for themselves and tell us that, nope, you got to exercise. You have to eat clean. Nope. There's a secret. There's a secret and they're not telling us, okay? We know there's no secret. That is the secret. But they think there is. And you know what you do? You don't try to play into it. I'm going to be honest with y'all. So don't be that unprofessional professional and put up lose the muffin top video, but then not say in your description the truth. Always tell the truth, but no matter that the picture or the video got their attention. Does it make sense? The picture or the video can get their attention, but you tell them the truth. Would it all make sense? The next thing, give them ideas. That's the reason why I put up all those little workout videos, because those things get shared. A lot of people follow them. I have a lady that I got to put up her before and after. She sent this to me. She's doing my videos that I put up on Facebook alongside with other videos and other exercises that she's doing. And she's putting them up there. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find it real quick. And she has such a before and after testimony. And it's because she's following my public videos that I put up. And I was so grateful. I just mailed her out today a gift package because she's not working with me. She's doing her own thing. She just follows my stuff. And she told me that it's working. And I'm so grateful for that. So I let her in my monthly challenge fitness training group this month for free. And I just sent her off a gift package because I think that's awesome. Give ideas. So share with people ideas, not just about fitness, because are you a one-trick pony? So if you follow me and you think that all I'll talk to you about is fitness, well, then you're all wrong, because I'm not going to talk about fitness all the time. I will talk about everything. Tonight, I was so trying hard to do a Periscope of us just driving home, doing what my daughter and I do in the car on the way home from gymnastics, which is the conversations we have and just singing to songs on the radio. Like, that's all I wanted people to see, because that's life. So you got to still be you. So all of these videos don't always have to be about fitness. That will attract people initially to you. Next thing you can share. So the content that you're going to put up, share what you learn. So as you're learning, because you're hopefully trying to learn and be a better professional every day, you're taking trainings, you're taking certifications, you're searching credible sources, that you're learning information and you're sharing it. So for me, I have been a person that has, I'm 43 now, I've been a person that has followed the mini meal bodybuilding eating style. I've done that for 42 years pretty much. That's the way to lose weight in my mind, because that's all we've been brainwashed. Eat every 2.5 hours. Because if you don't eat every 2.5 hours, your muscle starts cannibalizing. And then, oh, you better eat breakfast. Because if you skip breakfast, then you're going to become fat like a sumo wrestler. Like, that's the stuff that we've been trained in your brain. And not until I opened my possibility of maybe there could be another way. And it wasn't until I started following Dr. Sarah Solomon, who has now later become a friend too. She promotes intermittent fasting, flexible dieting. Not until I started dabbling in that and then finding my own way with it is where I found, oh my gosh, this has changed my body. I'm in my 40s, 2 C-sections. Things changed, okay? So don't be so closed-minded. Open your door, share your answers. Constantly keep sharing your answers. Here's another thing that you want to do to be able to build income and credibility and following is to always give recognition and promotion on your public feeds. So recognition and promotion, it could be if you're in your group fitness classes, you can take a small clip video or take a picture with someone who's inspired you that takes your classes, someone who has overcome something. Giving people props for not buying product from you is best. Okay, so for instance, I want to share that person's results because she's done this for herself. She did not buy any product from me. I'm not even her coach, but she is just doing it, and I need to give her credit for that. So do recognition and promote the heck out of people, edify people. That's the best thing you could do. Next thing that you can share, show behind the scenes. People always want to know behind the scenes. Like, if you have a different job, show behind the scenes, or how you put together your own personal workouts, or what your house is like, or what a crazy day with your kids shopping is like. People always want to know what behind the scenes are, how you travel and still eat healthy. So always share that information. Another thing of what you could do is to create income is be a culture creator. Culture creator. This is one of the big secrets of my success. It's because I align myself up with people who are just like me, who saw the big picture, who didn't look at joining as a Beachbody coach to sell product. I just got to sell that dang Shakeology to everybody, even if they don't want it, but they're going to buy it, but they come with a price objection. Of course they will, because you're just trying to push product on them. So if anybody ever has a price objection to it, of course they're going to, because you're just trying to sell them something. They don't understand it. And you don't understand them because you didn't ask them enough questions. You're just trying to make a sale or a point. All right. So you got to be a culture creator. And that's the reason why my team is platinum presenters. When I started 2008, The night before I held my meeting telling people what was going to happen, I was like, oh my gosh, I need a website. I need a team name. We came up quickly with Platinum Presenters, and it was just kind of off of Platinum being the top, medal, and presenting is what was in my belly, and also what you kind of do all the time, sharing your opportunity. And my husband's aunt quickly put up a website for us. And because of that, my team is the largest and most successful team in the whole company. So the whole company has 390,000 coaches in Team Beachbody, and I'm not a founding coach, but my team is the largest and the most successful, the highest earning team ever. So I have 173,000 people on my team. And it just started with me, person number one, May 31st, 2008, when I was 5 months pregnant. And now, 7.5 years later, I have 174,000, I checked today, people below me. Like, it starts with you. And that's why I put that in my cover photo today. It starts with you. I don't care it's a new year. It doesn't always have to be a new you. No, you just have to decide. It can start with you. And it has to start with you. You can make change some way or another. But you got to decide that you're going to make a movement. Because when you can pull people into living more positively, living to inspire, living with purpose, that's where joy is. I don't care how much money you make. Because when you are rich, you can be severely unhappy. But you can be very wealthy when you are inspiring and living with purpose. And that's what I go for. A lot of people always ask, what's your next big goal? Well, my next big goal is not to hit some big old title again or to make another million or whatever. I honestly just keep doing what I'm doing. My husband keeps going, when are you going to retire? I'm like, retire? What's that mean? I don't know. Because me helping someone achieve their goals, either with their fitness and their lifestyle changes, or helping them make full-time income in their business and fitness so that their husband can even do this with them too, that's success to me. Because now life is awesome. I get to just go off and on vacations with my closest friends. We can do it with our kids. A group of us flew up to Toledo, Ohio for my closest friend Angie Green's wedding, and we brought all the kids. Like, you just can't do that. You just can't go away when you have another job. I know, I used to have it, and it sucked. Okay, so you're a culture creator. You can create accountability groups. So I'm not saying you have to work for a coach or whatever, but you can align people together on a mission and you start creating a culture, community. You can set up challenges, but you also can set up contests because people love contests. They love challenges. Getting people together and working to support each other, but having a system follow, that's what's going to change your life. And here's the last one I'm going to share with you is it's going to align you up with other fitness professionals and open up opportunities that you never thought was possible. So you in your little small pond, dreaming of being discovered, dreaming of wishing to work with so-and-so, or if you could just meet them, that stuff happens. And you, of course, don't want to be that stalker type person because that's, of course, a turnoff. So if you ever are going to meet people that you idolize or you mentor and you would really love to work with, don't be weird. Like, don't be all, oh my gosh, because that's hard, like, think about it. Their friends don't do that with them. And I know you could be excited to meet them and give them accolades and praise and stuff. Of course, do that, do that. Thank them, appreciate them. But there's a line, because you can never be close in their inner circle if you are hard to handle, should we say. But you will have so many more opportunities open for you that you never even could dream of. So this life that I have, I did not know this life. I didn't even have that as a dream. Because as I said, when we were living in Rochester, we were living happy. We were good. I was fine. I didn't know that there was more out there. I didn't know that I could impact people in a bigger capacity. The thing is that, yeah, I've got a lot of successful people on my team. And the thing is that it doesn't matter how big the team is. It doesn't matter that I've already achieved because we're building towards something. I'm always building to impact people's lives. So you come in and you're going to build. You're going to make a huge change if you want to. But you have to, of course, be aligned with the right person as well as follow through. So how can you do this without adding more to your plate? You do it in your life. So initially, You do it in all those spare moments. There's tons of spare moments, but you may do other things. So you've got a lot of spare moments, even when you go on lunch, even when you go to the restroom, even when you're just standing there in a long line, you've got your phone. And the majority of people who initially start building this business, especially as fitness professionals, use their phone. I mean, honestly, I do a ton of my business activity, the content I create on my phone, because the apps, there's tons of apps that allow you to edit video and pictures and all. So the majority of what you're going to do is by the phone. But as long as you're aligned up with the right person that can lead you towards the best place and guide and that you match with, that's where you'll be able to make faster success. And I always suggest that you make sure that you know who you're signing up with if you're going to decide to become a coach. But that's the thing. You can keep doing what you're going to do, but if you want to make more money and income, you got to kind of choose one of the other two options that I gave you, and then this is the activity that you will do. So as I wrap this up, I have to share one more person's story. So this person I did not know, and I was actually certifying her in PIO. So I certified her in PIO years ago, and she came recommended to me because I was helping train one of her friends, and her friend did not want to become a Beachbody coach. And so she said, but you know who would is Erin. And I said, okay, well, give me her information. Well, Erin was a probation sex offender officer in the prison systems up in Utica, New York. Now that's where I'm originally from. I'm originally from a town outside of Utica, a small town called Sequoia. And so that's actually where Erin is from. She's younger than me, but I didn't know her, of course, because I'm older. But she was working in the prison systems. And I know the prison systems because I have my brother-in-law and my sister still work at the prison systems there. And it's not inspiring. It's getting scarier to see what's happening and what's coming in. And she was working in the sex offender area. It was crushing her. She was making $39,000 a year. $39,000 a year. And she gets, 2-week vacation time? Well, she's been a coach now, and it's been 4 years. And for 4 years of her being a coach, she didn't really decide to start building her coaching business until 2.5, 3 years ago. She sat on it in the beginning. She didn't really do much with it. Well, she started to build it, and now, this year, she wraps up 2015 making $250,000. So she went from 4 years ago and then quitting her sex offender job about 3 years ago and making $39,000 a year to now making $250,000 in coaching. And she's one of my top coaches, and that's Erin Goodman-Ferner. And she's an elite coach, again, 3 times in a row. And she opened up her own fitness studio, something she always wanted to do. She just bought her dream home. She doesn't do that job anymore. Her husband does, but he loves it. He loves working in that system, but he doesn't have to because she's making over $250,000. And next year, she's easily going to make $350,000. And then the next year, guess what? It just keeps going up because this is security. This business is not going out of business. Health and fitness is not going out of business. And that's the reason why this company works, because they don't claim to be the solution, the only solution. They understand that people want to work out in the gym. They understand that people are scared to work out in the gym. They understand that people don't know what to do. And they want a video. And they want a video that's going to work. And that they understand that you need to have a meal plan system that works. And you need to know how to match food. And you need to know how to take in your vitamins and have accountability. They know that there's not one magic fix. So even though it's heavily promoted, Shakeology, they understand that not everybody is going to drink Shakeology. It may not be suitable for everyone, but it is a lot for a lot of people. But it was the funniest thing today as I finished teaching Turbo Kick and I went into the weight room to go do day 2 of Hammer and Chisel, the new workout program from Beachbody. I trained with Hammer and Chisel in the gym. I put the on-demand video on, and I put it down on the floor, and I videotaped it because I'm going to put it up later, probably tomorrow or so. And I did that. And it was so funny because a girl comes up to me, and she goes, "You're the one that teaches on Tuesday in there, right?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I really want to train with you one of these days," because she was watching what I was doing. I said, "Well, I'm just doing Hammer and Chisel." So the thing is that They understand that there's got to be a solution. And that's why they certify people to teach live, because our brands are household names. Ask anyone. You don't need to educate people on the products. And that's why I don't need to educate you about the company and how awesome they are and who the CEO is and what products we have, because guess what? You probably already know. You already know all that stuff. I just need to show you it's legit. And I can pull up person after person, because this is Erin making $39,000 a year 4 years ago to making a $250,000. And me making $30,000 7.5 years ago to making multi-millions 7.5 years later. And my husband doing it with me. Now that was some growing pains in the beginning, I will be honest. So let me wrap this up. I do want to invite you to personally work with me. So if you are a fitness professional, that's my forte. That's my wheelhouse. I've been doing it for 25 years, and I have groomed the professionals. I'm the trainer of the trainers. I've helped many of them become multi-millions. And working personally directly with me, I have 10 people who are millionaires and 3 people who are multi-millionaires. And I have a ton of 6-figure earners. So being a fitness professional, we've already got that connection. I get you. So if you want me to be your personal mentor and are not a coach already with Beachbody, then please, you can email me. You can email me direct at Christine@ChristineDwyer.com, or you can go to Live Fit Out Loud and I can send you over a longer presentation. But if you already know, I want to do this, because guess what? There's no harm in it. You don't need to pay really anything. If you want to, you can pay the $39 to sign up as a coach and whoop-de-doo. Like, you don't have a contract. You can cancel tomorrow if you want. Who cares? There's no risk. There's no risk. It's like a Costco membership. That's kind of what it is. But if you know you're ready to go and you want me to mentor you, then go to thecoachedge.com. Thecoachedge.com. Fill out the information. It's just stuff I need to know about you so I know how to work with you best, and we will get you started. I will reach right on out to you. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Please share this video. Go to thecoachedge.com.